Welcome to another episode of Trending Now. I'm Haley Sawyer.
And I'm Kendall Vallon. We're here to give you the news that you would actually care about. And since this week has been full of athletic moments with the Super Bowl last Sunday and the Winter Olympics kicking off this Friday,
Kendall and I have dressed up in our workout gear today in honor of our fitness episode.
Of course. But before we get to that, let's jump into some stories that are trending now. And it is sports related.
It is a sporty week.
Yeah.
Sports ball.
So I guess we start off with the number one sports ball. Super Bowl happened last night, and everyone knows the obvious winner was the Seahawks. But here at Trending Now, we are looking for stories beyond the annual game. So to start out, we know the groundhog predicted his weather forecast, and however, apparently people love hearing animals predict things. So here are just a few animals that people believe that could predict the Super Bowl winner. Haley, take it away.
Well, thank you, Kendall. An ape from Utah named Eli, ironically, picked the Seahawks, and Teddy the porcupine picked the Seahawks as well. Two puppies on Jimmy Fallon ate from the Broncos food bowl. The other puppies refused to move. Guess they were indifferent, they were neutral, they didn't care. Buffett the manatee chose Denver. A seal from Connecticut named Orange, interesting name, chose the Broncos. Go figure, his name's Orange. A Memphis panda chose Denver. An octopus named Pepper chose Denver. After 45 minutes of deciding, I mean, that's a big decision for an octopus. And a psychic Los Angeles bunny named Fred chose the Seahawks. So ultimately, the animals chose the Broncos.
So we should never listen to animals, and people are just getting really bored. I can't believe you just sat through us listing all
that was
of those
9
things.
animals right there that people, I'm sure there were even more than that. More than that.
I want an octopus to predict my future. I want it to sit there and I'd be like,
choose my career for me, Pepper the
Exactly.
octopus.
Put them in the career center. It'll do wonders. So, also, in other crazy Super Bowl news that has nothing to do with sports, the Seahawks linebacker Malcolm Smith was awarded with the Super Bowl MVP award for his stunning game performance. He had 2 standout plays and an interception accompanied by a long return for a touchdown and a fumble recovery, among other defense feats. However, Smith's 15 minutes of fame were stolen by a crazy conspiracy theorist. During a post-game press conference, random stranger Matthew Mills grabbed the microphone from Smith and said, "Investigate 9/11. 9/11 was perpetrated by people within our own government." And before being dragged away, Mills was arrested for criminal trespass.
And NJ.com spoke with the lunatic to see exactly how he got into the stadium, and he said, "I just said I was running late for work, and I had to get in there. It was that simple. I didn't think I'd get that far. I just kept getting closer and closer. Once I got past the final gate and into the stadium, I was dumbfounded." New Jersey State Police said that he is 30, from Brooklyn, and had a media affiliation listed as unknown. And I give Smith mad props because he handled it really well, and after everybody's shock wore off, he was just like, somebody needs to check his press pass.
That makes me really concerned.
Yes. I mean, it's not only unsafe for the athletes, but it's unsafe for everybody there. Just the fact that he could just, how did he even get on the stage?
I guess maybe, I mean, I kind of want to get behind the scenes of, I don't know, some like major concert. Be like, I'm in a hurry, and show a press pass.
Yeah,
from
I'm going to try that at all sorts of
festival.
places, because apparently it works. If it works at the Super Bowl, which has like serious security. And I guess he had, the guy had a press pass from a music festival that looked similar to the Super Bowl press passes. So, yeah.
So somebody
Way
could
to be
emerge
observant.
a Super Bowl star. Welcome to America.
Hopefully that doesn't happen again, and we will learn.
Anyway, so we'll move on to the halftime performance.
Halftime, yeah.
Well, Bruno Mars' performance at the Super Bowl was arguably better than the actual game itself, sadly. His songs included Locked Out of Heaven, Treasure, Runaway Baby, and Just the Way You Are. At one point, he started to sing Give It Away, over and over again, which prompted a shirtless Red Hot Chili Peppers to burst on the stage. It
Yeah.
was just another unexpected mashup.
Yeah, I thought it was similar to the Grammys when they had Kendrick Lamar and Imagine Dragons. I think that's what they were trying to do right there, because I know the Chili Peppers were a late addition to the halftime, because everybody was like Bruno Mars, and Pepsi was like Bruno Mars. That's all we heard about. And also in the performance were American flags, military members giving shout outs to their loved ones, which is always nice to see, and lots of fireworks. MetLife looked like it was on fire, basically. There's so much pyrotechnics. And also, it appears that the Chili Peppers instruments were not actually plugged in, which is why they sounded so quiet, I think.
Oh no.
Because I couldn't hear the bass really when Flea did his little like bass thing, so maybe that's why.
Well, at least they weren't lip singing though.
Yeah, yeah, like Beyonce at the inauguration. But
That's
we still
awkward.
love her. This is kind of random, but I called Buffalo Wild Wings to order wings for Super Bowl Sunday, and I called at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I told them my order, and they're like, when do you want to pick it up? And I said 5 o'clock, and they're like, we can't do that because we have 1,500 wings going out by that time. So Buffalo Wild Wings did a great job this Super Bowl.
An unexpected champion. So, away from the Super Bowl we shall go.
Yes, moving on.
Sadly, I feel like it's an overkill anyway. And on to the Winter Olympics. With the 22nd Winter Olympics will run from this Friday, February 7th through Sunday, February 23rd. And here are just some of the top storylines to keep an eye out for. First, Lindsey Vonn is out for skiing with an ACL tear, sadly, something that has been bothering her for a while. So American women's skiers are to look forward to are Hannah Carney in freestyle, moguls, and Julia Mancoso, excuse me for my pronunciation, who is the most decorated U.S. skier.
And also men's skiers to look for are Ted Ligety, who won gold in slalom, Super G, and Super Combined at the World Championship, and Bodie Miller, the most decorated U.S. men's skier who has had an interesting career littered with lots of partying.
Shaun White, enough said, and also Lolo Jones and Lauren Williams of bobsled team, who will be the 9th and 10th athletes to compete in both the Summer and the Winter Olympics.
All right, and of course we have men's and women's hockey. Also, we're going to look for Team USA, Team Canada rivalry right there. It's going to be quite the event. And now that we are done with our stories, we are going to take it to the break, and we're going to hear some thoughts from RMU students on sports.
I thought it was going to be pretty miserable with the weather at first, but then, you know, it was 50 degrees, and both teams came to play. The fans seemed really excited.
I liked it. I mean, it was boring to high score, but I liked it.
Well, truthfully, like, I kind of didn't really care about football this year, and it was kind of really boring considering there was like no competition from the get-go.
These boys are my heroes. They come every week to spend time with my children.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
They can teach them something no one else can.
Wisconsin.
They're role models to the children, and homework comes way before sports. Their grades have improved, and their lives are just a bit richer.
Okay.
What they do for my kids is truly wonderful.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
I call them my lifeline.
People don't realize how quickly you can end up on the street. One thing happens in your life, medical bills you can't pay, you lose your job, and that's it.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
We went to DC to work with the homeless. They sell a newspaper called Street Sets. Thought I'd help.
But if you want to give more, you can.
This person came up to me and said, get a job. And for 2 hours, I felt what it was like to be homeless.
Good morning. $1 help.
Some of the other students said, how can we change this? And I said, sometimes you can't change the world, but you may be able to change one person's world. My dream? Open a psych clinic for people on the street.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
Zumba is one of the most popular exercise classes on campus. Let's have a look and see what it's all about.
I teach at John Jay Gym. I teach Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 5 o'clock. I started Zumbaing actually in high school at home, and then I got really into it whenever I found out the woman that I took Zumba from, she had cancer and she was still teaching Zumba. So that really inspired me to want to teach and help other people. It's a complete, total full body workout. I mean, I take moves, I take Latin rhythms, which is what Zumba is. Then I add in hip hop, I add in moves from Insanity, P90X, I take kickboxing moves. I just pull everything together to work every single muscle in the body. Normally during workouts, everyone's just tired and groggy by the end, and with Zumba, everyone's always having a good time, and they're all talking, and everyone's smiling and dancing and not even realizing they're burning calories.
Zumba's really fun. Rachel's a really fun instructor, and she's always smiling and keeping us motivated.
I feel like the more pain I'm in, the more I tend to smile. As weird as that sounds, and I yell and scream, but I try to do it in a positive way. Sometimes negativity helps, like I'll yell being mean and then I'll like smile at the end. Take your right foot, step out, step the left foot, step in. Then the left foot, out, right, in. That's it, that's all the salsa is. And there's so many variations with this. You can add in the arms, in the circles, and then you can add in the hips, get a little fancy.
Newbies join. I mean, I think Zumba's really fun, and it's a nice introductory workout.
I really encourage anyone to try Zumba. And most people think, oh, Zumba's for girls, it's easy, but I've had guys in my classes and they just absolutely love it, and it's such a good workout. I mean, we don't just shake our butts in Zumba. We do push-ups, we do squats, we do jumping jacks, we do everything plyos and cardio put into one.
She's awesome. I've taken quite a few Zumba instructors, and she is definitely my favorite, very motivational. And she played, someone told me she played lacrosse in high school, so that's where like the fitnessy cardio thing comes in, I think. So that's a really good, nice touch there.
Yeah, she really knows how to bring in, like she said in the package, just bringing in like kind of different flavors of the dance world.
And the hip hop and the kesha.
Salsa and the kesha.
Yeah. Yeah. And after the break, our own media correspondent Leah Fleischel will be teaching Eddie Sheehy some yoga techniques on Eddie's Corner.
But first, we asked RMU students how they felt about last night's Super Bowl commercials. Stay tuned.
When the Steelers aren't in the Super Bowl, I just am really watching for the commercials.
I overall thought it was pretty good. The commercials weren't that bad, but they definitely were declined from the years previous.
I thought the commercials have been kind of slacking the last couple of years, but there was one really cute one, the Budweiser one with like the adorable puppy. Yeah, that was the one that stands out to me.
I really liked the Bob Dylan Chrysler commercial.
(87-49), Kentucky defeats the Colonials in astonishing fashion. Dante Verme, co-Colonial Sports Center anchor, our photographer Kyle Gorsey. It was a wonderful ride. We got here around 2 in the afternoon, but a drive that started at 7 in the morning. Your thoughts?
Kind of what we expected from the Colonials team today, but good experiences, rough crowd from the probably the toughest we'll have all year.
We will have all of the results and analysis on Colonial Sports Center coming up next Thursday our last episode of the semester, but the story of it all is I finally made an RMU Kentucky basketball game. We're going to see if they make the trilogy come true next season. But for us, we have to say goodnight and goodbye. We'll see you all on Thursday. For Dante Berme, Nick Pizzelli, our photographer and driver, Kyle Corsi, our main photog, and myself, John Fisher. We'll see you all on Thursday night, Colonial Sports Center, 9:30 on armycentralmedia.com.
Of course, I am here with Romo. How are you doing today, Romo? Great. All right, so Romo, just a few questions. How do you think the game is going right now for the Colonials? All right, on top of that, like, what do you think about the play of Paul Jones and his defense just demolishing Morgan State right now? All right, well, you heard it here first. Romo with his insight to the game. Back to you guys.
Be sure to tune in to Colonial Sports Center every Thursday, 9:30 p.m. on armycentralmedia.com and Channel 98 around the Moon Township area.
And welcome back to Trending Now. As usual, we are going to hand things over to Eddie Sheehy to bring us a little tranquility with some yoga with our own Leah Flatial.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Eddie's Corner. When you look at me, I know the first thing everyone thinks of is incredible fitness. But I'm not an expert. I know, surprising. So I have our Twitter, hashtag whatever correspondent from the show, Leah, here. She's also the author of Look Good Naked on Army Century Media. You should check that out. A fitness blog, and she's going to teach me how to do yoga. What are you going to teach me yoga-wise?
I'm going to teach you some sun salutations to really wake your body up in the morning and get your metabolism flowing. That's always good.
Yeah.
Some balance poses and also a little bit of cardio just to really, get the blood pumping. It's everything you need. Even if you don't have time for a workout, just 10 minutes can usually do the trick if you do it right. So
Right.
let's get started.
Okay, let's get started. Okay, here we are, ready to go. I have been told I'm already like 5 steps behind because I don't have a yoga mat and I'm wearing moccasins, which is apparently gonna hurt me somehow.
Just make it a little slippery. All right, well first we're gonna start, like I said, with some sun salutations, really wake up the body.
That's when you say hi to the sun. Good morning, sun.
Yes, even though it's the evening, but that's okay. So,
good
so
morning,
start with your
good night.
hands at your heart center. You're gonna place your arms slightly over your head and look back over them and just bend back. Really arch your back. Inhale and exhale, and then we're gonna swoop down. And you're gonna try and put your palms flat on the floor. No, your feet have to stay together. All right, next we're gonna do something called downward dog.
Oh, I know that one.
So what you do is you put your hands on the ground, and then you put your feet back, heels on the floor.
Oh, you're right.
In the
This
air.
is slippery.
It's very slippery. And then we're gonna go down to crocodile, and then you're gonna push up with your shoulders down, arms bent, and just kind of hold it up for a minute or so. Then we're gonna do. You weren't well prepared for this. Have you heard of the tree?
Yes.
You can take your foot, whichever leg you think you're strongest on. I know I like to stand on my right leg.
How do I know?
I only knew because I was a cheerleader and I used to get
Me
put
too.
in the air.
It's my left leg.
Okay, and then you're gonna take your foot. You can put it either below your knee or above it, but don't put it on your knee because that's really easy. And then what you're gonna do is put your hands at your heart center. And this actually is supposed to look like a tree. Very good.
It looks like a tree. Yeah, I can see it.
And then if you can, put your arms up. It's a little bit more of a challenge. And if you're really looking for something challenging, close your eyes, but you'll be able to feel the wind blow you. Yeah, just like that.
Bound to happen eventually. That's
We're
good.
just gonna do a couple warrior poses. So warrior 1 is you just take your left foot back and put your arms up. For warrior 2, just put your arms like this. You just really lean into that
I heard
front
something
leg.
crack. Is that normal?
And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put our hands at our heart center again and say namaste.
Domo arigato, Mr. Abato.
Namaste. It's what you say after you're
Namaste.
done. It encourages peace and greeting. And now, unfortunately, we're out of time, but hopefully, we're gonna do another episode of fitness someday. And I can teach you
I hope
some
so.
cardio and some
I
ab
hope so.
lessons. And
Yeah, I'm sure I'd be great at that because I was so good at Zumba
yoga.
or that too. Back to you, ladies.
Well, thank you,
Thanks.
and namaste, Eddie and Leah, for that yoga lesson. I know I learned a little bit.
I'm inspired. If Eddie can do it, we all can do it.
Yes, Eddie is an inspiration. I know like the sun salutations, and that's it.
I don't even know where yoga stems from. I don't know if the gong is offensive or not.
It's Asian. Gong. No big deal. Namaste is Asian. But anyway. Coming up after the break, Leah Fleischer will be behind the Trending Now social media desk, as not doing yoga. But first, more thoughts on the Winter Olympics from RMU students.
I'm actually, no one likes this event, but I do. I'm actually excited to see curling.
So I'll just be looking forward to hockey at the Olympics. I think it's always exciting. In Vancouver 4 years ago was really exciting.
I was actually a big Lindsey Vonn fan.
I like curling, and I like bobsledding as well, just due to Cool Runnings, the movie.
Hockey, definitely the hockey. I'm a huge Pens fan, so I'm excited to see all the Penguins play in the Olympics.
I'm a hockey person, so I'm looking forward to another rematch between the U.S. and Canada, and not having Sidney Crosby score the winning goal against us. Like, I love you, Crosby, but let's bring a gold medal for America.
Oh yeah, Team USA.
Nicaragua is a completely different world. We were there to bring nursing care to some desperate people.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
The very first person that I met was David. Kept saying, "You have to come to my house and watch me play my trumpet." You could tell from the look on his face that it was just his most prized possession. I get back home. A few weeks later, I got a message that a gang had broken into his house at night and they stole it, which was his life. So next trip back, we gave him a new one. The look on his face was just complete disbelief. He just absolutely couldn't believe it. And to be able to do something like that is one of the best moments of my life. He said he'd never forget us.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
These boys are my heroes. They come every week to spend time with my children.
At Robert Morris University, every student is expected to reach out to others.
They can teach them something no one else can.
Wisconsin.
They're role models to the children, and homework comes way before sports. Their grades have improved, and their lives are just a bit richer.
Okay.
What they do for my kids is truly wonderful.
Change someone's life. It changes yours forever. Robert Morris University.
I call them my lifeline.
To what's trending on Trending Now. In this segment, I'll be updating you on what has been trending in the social media world over the past week. So today I'm going to focus on how social media played a role in the Super Bowl, or rather, how the Super Bowl helped further launch social media. Almost 25 million tweets were sent during the broadcast. It peaked as Seattle's Percy Harvin ran a kickoff back for 87 yards for a touchdown, and 381,605 tweets were sent per minute during that moment. That's way more than the tweets sent during last year's Super Bowl blackout. Some of the most entertaining tweets had nearly nothing to do with football. Joe Namath's coat got plenty of attention early on in the night on social media, and has about 15 different Twitter accounts, though none have really taken off. Bill O'Reilly interviewing President Obama drew quite a few comments, and Hillary Clinton's jab at Fox News was retweeted over 55,000 times by Monday. She tweeted, and I'm going to find it here on the top 10 moments in social media here for you so we can see Hillary Clinton's brilliantness. She said, "It's so much more fun watching Fox when it's someone else being blitzed and sacked." Hashtag Super Bowl, little jab at the conservatives there. JCPenney had users thinking their social media managers were partaking a bit too much in Super Bowl festivities with this tweet just behind me as I find it on this page. They had a few typos. I don't know if you can see. It kind of looked like they were drunk, but the company claimed it was simply a marketing ploy for mittens. Bruno Mars drew a lot of attention on Twitter during the halftime show, but the Red Hot Chili Peppers, not so much. People are still seeing the effects of hashtag #Esurance-Save30, but over 300,000 tweets were sent out during their 60-second slot alone in an attempt to win $1.5 million. Since then, millions of tweets have been sent out to try and win, but also plenty of fake Esurance accounts have popped up in an attempt to scam people. Always remember to look for the verified blue check mark next to an account to make sure it's the real deal. It was a record-breaking year for commercials pointing to social media, as more than half of all ads included a social hashtag. 5 mentioned a company's Facebook page specifically, and 4 directed viewers to their Twitter account. That's all I have for today for the Super Bowl, but we're going to take a quick look at what's trending now on Twitter. Just in the area, I do believe, the Pittsburgh area. CEO for hashtag 400 bar at the mall. I don't know what that is. Pittsburgh is trending in Pittsburgh. Hashtag news night. Hashtag me and you music video tonight. New music video about to make its debut. And as everybody's gearing up for the Olympics, we can definitely see that people are excited for that. So to help close out the show, I'll bring up Haley and Kendall.
Yes, by the way, I think it's hilarious that Pittsburgh is trending in Pittsburgh. Yinzer Nation, everybody.
they have some pride in their city. What can we say? We see college fashion poking out, but we don't want to expose that too much.
But we hope we inspired all of you guys to start fitnessing, whether it is yoga or Zumba or football or an Olympic event. We talked about, hey, even curling. Anybody can curl.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anybody can curl because curling or curling.
Both, because they're both athletic.
They're both sports, I guess.
But yeah, so hopefully and also to keep with your New Year's resolution, I know Leah has her blog on Look Good Naked.
Yep,
so
armycentralmedia.com every Friday, Fitness Friday.
And you can look good with clothing on too if you read that blog as well. If you're into wearing clothing.
It's not all about being naked.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us, tweet your ideas, tell us what you want to see, anything.
Yeah.
Give us feedback, tell us how great we are, tell us how terrible we are.
Tell us how you like how we're all wearing purple.
Yes. We are all wearing purple. It's the purple show.
It is.
We should have a color show. Tweet that at us.
Anyway, we'll say farewell and tune in next week.
Hashtag.